Televisa presenta.
Good morning. I hope you're having a good day. We are Borregos News, where you can find all about the news. I'm Santiago Anis. I'm going to present the local news. According to National Geographic, this 8 April it will be an astronomical phenomenon, a solar eclipse. This will start in Mazatlan, Mexico, and it will end in the eastern of Canada. It can be visible at 200 kilometers of distance. According to Infobae, in Nuevo León, Mexico, in a gym, Planet Fitness, there was a problem. Two ladies have a problem with a machine, and one of them mutilated the finger of the other one. That happened when the gym equipment it wasn't necessary for both of them, and they don't want to take the same machine, so they have a very serious problem and getting to bite his finger.
And in the national news, according to the CNN, the return of the bullfight will be met by protests in Mexico City. Animal rights activists took up to the streets of Mexico City on Sunday to protest the return of bullfighting to the capital after almost 2 years. Torture is not an art, it's not a culture. And yes, not to bullfighting, were among the chants their new place in Mexico, a 42,000 capacity bull ride through the largest in the world. Also by CNN, 8 Chinese migrants have been found dead on the coast of southern Mexico. Authorities say after their boat capsized along a popular but perilous route for illegal entry in the United States. The bodies of 7 women and 1 man were discovered Friday on a treacherous boat ride up to the coast of Mexico. Are often used by migrants hoping to cross into the U.S. in an attempt to bypass checkpoints of closely monitored land roads. Now going with Pablo on international news. Grab the microphone, Pablo.
Welcome to our international news segment when we explore the most relevant events that are happening in the world. I'm Pablo Carrillo Treviño with the most recent news. X removes the purchase options and on user profiles. Elon purchased the app, and Elon's stances on pronouns are very clear. He does not like people being able to choose what pronouns they identify with, and now, according to the note on the back-end code of the app, it's removing all mentions of pronouns. According to BBC, in the other side of the world, just a few days ago, an earthquake hit Hualien, Taiwan. The earthquake was an approximate magnitude of 7.4, according to the United States Geological Survey. The Taiwan Fire Agency has confirmed 9 deaths and more than 800 injured. The magnitude of the earthquake has been so great that it is the largest earthquake in the last 25 years. In September of 1999, the last big earthquake had a magnitude of 7.5 and is estimated to kill more than 2,000 people. So here is the international section. Let's move on to the art section with my mate Leonardo. Let's move on.
Good evening and welcome to the art section. My name is Leonardo and our headlines tonight. In our first story, for sale, a huge drawing per house by Michelangelo. According to the New York Times, for a half a century, the Cernès family lived in a storied villa overlooking Florence, in which the Renaissance artist Michelangelo was raised and later owned. The property came with several buildings and orchards and drawing of a muscular naked man each on the wall of a formed kitchen. A tradition the work was drawn by a young Michelangelo, although scholars are not assured. Last year, the Cintri family sold the villa, and now they want to sell the mural drawing, which was delayed for his original location in 1979. So that it could undergo much needed restoration. Each with charcoal or black charcoal or plaster and measuring about 40 by 50-inch. Art historians have identified a figure who is well built but little Wisne as the Triton, god of the sea, or Asteri, part beast. News that the drawing is going on the market is literally to expand what it has until now. Being a rather low-key academy debate over the authorship of the work has remained in private hands and most out of the public eye for the past 5 centuries. Speaking of unfortunately famous painters, Michael Singer, sculptor who used nature as his medium, dies at 78 years. According also by the New York Times, Michael Singer, as a sculptor whose work began in behavior box and pine forest and proceeding and increasing greater scale, eventually blurring the lines of art, landscaping, architect, and urban planning, dies on March 14 at his home in Devil Beach flat. He was 78 years old. Jason Bregman, a partner in Mr. Singer's studio, confirmed the death but didn't provide the cause. Mr. Singer was often characterized as the landscape architect, an accomplished one at that, with public commissions at sites as Biography, as a recycling center in Phoenix at Denver International Airport, and Whole Foods Market in Jackson Flat. Our deepest condolences to the family, and unfortunately we have reached the end of this section. See you tomorrow for more artistic news. Next, my partner Luis with the sports news.
Hi, my name is Luis, and to finish the news, I will present the news about sports. The first news is according to CNN, and is that the ex-president of the Spanish Football Federation, that his name is Luis Rubiales, was arrested after being interrogated upon his arrival in Madrid on an international flight. And according to the Spanish Civil War, and remind us that all this problem was because the ex-president kissed a Spanish player without her consent. And the other news is that the soccer player, that his name is Vinicius Jr., cried when he talked about his fight against racism during a press conference. And the Real Madrid player, who has been the victim of the racist insults during several matches in Spain, say that he has less motivation to play, and the player believes that the FIFA should put a stop to this situation.